What is going on, guys? Coach Joe, and this is 2 Minute Tuesday. Cheers.
It's dark down below.
Alright guys, a ton of you guys have asked a question about what camera I use, and lo and behold, here she is. So I'm going to tell you guys the camera I use in a nutshell on this first episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, where I go over a topic of business, training, or life and fail miserably at trying to captivate it in 2 minutes. I'm Ron Burgundy. So diving right on into it, when I first started this YouTube channel, I wanted to be a vlogger actually. And I didn't have a ton of money to spend on a camera, but I also didn't want to use my iPhone, so I tried to meet myself right in the middle on what I could go with my budget, and that was the Canon G7X Mark II, which is what is being filmed on right now. And that camera has worked wonders for me, and all the videos you've seen when I had first started for probably about 2 years were actually on the camera that you see now. Some of the main great features about it was the ability in low light. It had good focus, it's small and compact, good battery life, right around, I would say, $650. So at the time, that's what I could afford, and I have nothing bad to say about it because it is a vlogging camera and it works great for the purpose of vlogging. As my YouTube channel had grown, I wanted to increase my video quality, and the camera that you guys are seeing now just wasn't gonna cut it. And something that limited with this camera that you currently see is that there wasn't a microphone port, so the audio is just what you hear now through the camera, as well as there weren't lenses that I could choose from to add on to this camera. It's just one single lens, and I wanted to have different options and give it more of just a cinematic look and add personality to my videos. So I did a lot of research, and the camera that was in my budget at the time with all those features I was looking for was the Sony A6300. And I ended up breaking that camera. Awkward. So after I broke that camera, kind of the next best step that it seemed was to trade that camera in for what it was worth and get the camera right above that. And that was the Sony A6500, which is what you guys are seeing right here. You can also kill people with it. Just kidding, don't kill people. So some of the main specs on this camera right here is, one, it shoots in 4K. We have an APS-C camera with 24.2 megapixels, which is this really crisp looking video. On top of that, it's touchscreen, which the A6300 wasn't a touchscreen, and it has microphone jack. We have, you can see here, I can add all different things onto this rig. We have a little tripod, we have a small rig on there to mount like a handle, the microphone. I can put anything to kind of just make this thing almost essentially like a transformer.
What are you looking at, slab of puss?
Another big part about it is it has in-body image stabilization, so as I'm filming, if you have those shakes and those jitters, it kind of clears that up. There's multiple different picture profiles you can set up, and just tons of settings that really are just a huge upgrade from the vlogging camera, which I'm on now. So what I'm gonna do is just show you guys what it looks like, obviously now on this camera versus the A6500 camera. Boom! The camera that you're on right now is a brand new camera. So I'm rocking the Sony A6500 with a Sigma 16mm 1.4 Aputure lens. Definitely a difference and a lot of options to play with. Now I will say a lot of this does happen in post editing. At the same time though, if you have a camera like this, it makes it so much easier to get the shots and the looks that you want. One of the other biggest things that's really helped with my video editing has been different lenses. So this is one of my lenses, my wide angle lens, and then I have a zoom lens, and I'm always trying to get different lenses to just give different looks to the videos I'm shooting. Are they necessary? No, but it does show a difference, as you guys have seen in the videos. In terms of the cons of this camera, I would say the two big ones is, one, gonna be the battery life is just garbage on this. So you gotta make sure you get extra batteries. If you have extra batteries, no big deal, but sometimes it's just a pain in the butt to be switching your batteries throughout the shoot or whatever you're trying to get done. The other big one is on this current camera, the screen actually flips completely up so I can see myself, my frame, and just get it all good to go before I hit record. On this one, it doesn't have that, so I actually have to buy an external monitor for me to actually see myself and make sure that the shot is framed correctly. So that's a bit of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. I think the A6400 they just came out with actually has a flip up screen, so they fixed that problem. I just didn't make the timeline. So overall, this is an amazing camera, and it's not gonna break the bank too much. I think total for just the camera itself is about $1,500. With all the other stuff, you're pushing about $2,500. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a really good investment if you're someone like me who does all my marketing, all my videos, and everything for my business. I don't have to pay anybody to do that. So I do it all myself. So it's just a great investment for me to have. And if you guys are involved with that or just like photography, this would be the way I would go. There are other cameras like this camera, so do your research, but I'm a Sony guy right now and I'm really digging what they're putting out, so I'm sticking with them. There's a lot of other little features that I've added onto this camera, and if you're interested, I can make another video on a 2-Minute Tuesday in the future about that, but I just want to give you guys a rundown, and I've obviously went over 2 minutes, so I'm sorry about that. But until then, guys, stay lean, mean, strength machine. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. If you're into this camera, go pick it up or rent it at the store, check it out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.